Let's be honest, salary negotiation, it makes most of us sweat, right? But what if I told you it doesn't have to be this big, scary confrontation? What if it could just be a professional conversation? Let's find out how. Welcome to Finance Deep Dive. All right, today we are going to totally decode salary negotiation. We're going to turn that awkward chat into a massive career move, all with a super simple, confident game plan.
So, does it feel awkward? Yeah, I bet you're nodding your head right now, and you are definitely not alone. But see, that whole idea of it being a tense battle, that's old school thinking. It's time for a major upgrade.
Okay, so the absolute key here is to reframe the whole thing in your mind. This is not a fight. I'm going to say that again. It's not a fight. It's more like a collaborative discussion, you know? You're just trying to figure out your fair market value together. The goal is a win-win for you and for them. All right, so how do you actually build that confidence? How do you walk in there feeling ready? Well, your secret weapon, your antidote to all that awkwardness is one simple thing: data. Look, real confidence isn't about being some smooth talker. It comes from being prepared, like really prepared. So I want you to adopt this mindset, okay? You are not just in there asking for more money. Think of yourself as a detective. You're gathering evidence, building a rock-solid case for why you're valuable. You're presenting cold, hard facts, not just feelings. So what does this detective work look like? It's basically a three-step market audit. First, you hit the online data, sites like PayScale, Glassdoor, just to get a baseline. Then, and this is crucial, you talk to your network to get that real-world flavor. And finally, you have to quantify your own accomplishments. Build what I like to call a brag sheet. And when you're building that brag sheet, specifics are everything. Managed a team? I mean, what does that even mean? It's so vague. But saying you led a team that increased productivity by 20%? Wow. Now that is hard evidence. That's the kind of language that makes people sit up and listen. Okay, before you even think about having this conversation, you absolutely have to know your numbers. I call it the rule of three. You need to know your ideal, dream number. Then, your realistic target. And most importantly, you need your walkaway number, the point where you politely say thanks, but no thanks. This is how you stay in control. Hey, by the way, if you're finding this useful and getting some good ideas, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. It seriously motivates us to keep making more of these. Okay, so you've done all your homework, you've got your data, now it's time for the actual conversation. And just remember that mindset shift we talked about. This is not a battle. It's more like a puzzle that you and the hiring manager are solving together. Now, let's talk timing, because this is so critical. You have to wait until you have the official written job offer. Do not jump the gun. Why? Because that is the moment you have the most leverage. They've already gone through the whole process. They've picked you. They want you on the team. But, of course, they might try to ask you about salary way too early in the process, right? So what do you do then? You use this simple professional deflection. Just say something like, I'd really like to learn more about the specific responsibilities for this role before we dive into compensation. It's polite, it makes total sense, and it keeps you in the driver's seat. So what happens if the offer comes in and it's low? First rule, don't panic. You want to respond politely, thank them for the offer, and then gently reference your research. You can say something like, based on my research, I was hoping for something a bit closer to X. Is there any flexibility on that number? See how that's a question? It keeps the conversation going. It's collaborative, not confrontational. Okay, but what if you do all that and the company just won't budge on the base salary? Is it over? No way. That's when you start to look beyond the paycheck. A great offer is about the entire package, not just one number. Here's a great way to think about it. Compensation is like a buffet. The salary, that's just the main course. But there are so many other valuable things you can add to your plate. And I mean, the options go way beyond just base pay. You can negotiate for things like a signing bonus, stock options, more paid time off, the ability to work remotely, a budget for your own professional development, even a better job title. All of these things have real, tangible value. So if you hit a wall on that base salary number, you just pivot. It's a key tactic. Don't look at it as a dead end. See it as an opening to talk about all these other benefits. Honestly, it makes you look like a flexible, creative problem solver. All right, you've presented your case, you've talked about the whole package. Now it's time to close the deal. And believe me, how you finish this conversation really matters. It sets the tone for your entire relationship with the company right from day one. So, what if they say no to your counteroffer? Your first instinct might be to just give up and retreat. Don't. A no isn't a rejection of you, it's just a no on a specific number. Your goal now is to understand the why behind it and figure out what is possible. And here is a really powerful question you can ask. You can say, okay, I understand. Can you tell me what it would take for me to get to that desired salary level in the future? This is brilliant because it shifts the whole vibe from a hard no to a collaborative plan for your growth at the company. Okay, one last thing, and this is absolutely non-negotiable. You always get the final revised offer in writing before you formally say yes. No handshake deals, no verbal agreements. Get it in writing. This protects you, it protects them, and it makes sure there are no weird surprises down the road. So let's bring it all home. Your next salary talk? It's not this scary confrontation you need to dread. It's a strategic career move. It's a business conversation. The only question left is, are you ready to make it? I really hope this gives you the framework and the confidence to go out there and get what you're worth. And hey, if you liked this, please don't forget to subscribe. It really does motivate us to keep posting more explainers like this one. Thanks for watching.